Splice is in the middle of this whole entire warfare right now. Louis Rossman is about to cook. He's about to cook a little bit. So for those who don't know, I follow Louis Rossman. I follow a lot of content creators on here from different spaces. So there's got to be a real thing.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. Welcome to today's episode of How Louis is Getting Effed. I'm your host, Louis Rossman. Yes.
Wait a minute. Louis Rossman makes beats? Let me find out this nigga watch my channel.
Today, the reason that my desk is such a mess over here is because I wanted to replace this ceiling fan that beeps at me. It requires an app to work. It's a royal pain in the ass. It never works right. So I've decided to take this thing, bash it to pieces, throw it off my balcony, which is what you should do when you have a cloud ceiling fan. And the problem that I have here is, how to put this?
Uh-oh.
Every time I've opened anything in this house with regards to wiring, it really tests my resolve with regards to right to repair. I would pan the camera so that you could see that, but I don't want to inflict that level of harm on my audience. I can curse, I can scream, I can yell, but there are some levels of profanity that should just not be seen on camera. In all seriousness, today we're going to be discussing the music industry, and we're going to be continuing along that.
Hold up. This nigga really... Anyways, he's about to cook. Let's go.
Theme where it is that larger companies or smaller companies where they have some money decide that they don't like what somebody has said about them. They don't like when they're criticized. When they cannot win the argument of the battle of ideas, they decide that they are going to file false defamation suits or false DMCA strikes so that criticism...
Don't you ever lie like that. That doesn't happen. Don't you lie. You know I'm kidding. You know I'm kidding. You know I've went through this shit. Unison Audio? Remember those guys? Oh, yeah.
Can be taken down. There are many times that I've been criticized on many different websites. There are people on Reddit that call me scammers, liar, cheater, thief, whatever. And when that happens...
What? Him? Hold on. No way. Run that back.
That I've been criticized on many different websites. There are people on Reddit that call me scammers.
All right. I guess to see this shit. The bills stay on me parts. Oh, okay. We're not talking Splice here. Come on.
Scammers, liar, cheater, thief, whatever. And when that happens, even when I know their full name, I don't file defamation lawsuits. I don't try to get their posts removed. I respond to them.
Right. The people have said some fucked shit that I don't agree with, and I be wanting, and you know, I'm just trying to stay under control. That's why I got Mcree TV, man. You go get all that smoke.
Sometimes they have a small point, but they go over it in a really slanderous and disgusting way. And sometimes it's just slanderous garbage. I respond to all of it. I want to win the battle of ideas. I'm not going to win that by removing people's content. That never works. There's something called the Streisand effect.
Right. That man said he's all for the smoke. That was his nice, calm way of saying, I want all the smoke.
The music industry in general, I actually worked at Avatar Studios back in 2007 and 2008 in New York City, one of the best studios in the world. I think it's the only place in the 5 boroughs of New York City where you could actually record a symphony orchestra. Amazing place. Ooh. I never worked in the legal side of it, but I worked in the tech side of it, fixing Studer A800s and Neve 31-102s and stuff like that. But damn. I was in the room enough at the time to understand.
I never knew that. I never knew this man. This man is a boss, dog. He's cold, man. He's really cold with this shit. This man is a really dope content creator, and he's really talented when it comes to being an electrician.
And that the music industry is a hive of scum and villainy. And that's before you get to the attorneys. They're liars, they're cheaters, they're scammers, and I'm sure some of them are good people.
Not he probably went to the Kendrick Lamar concert and came out like they not cuss. Like this industry is cooked.
This is what I'm sure is good.
Yeah, some good people in this industry, man.
Particular issue. So what she decided to do is she decided to go over the legal contracts, both the terms of service and something called a certified license from a company called Splice. Splice allows you to find sounds and clips and stuff like that, and that you can use inside some of your content. And she found out as a music industry attorney, professional attorney certified by the bar, that some of these terms of service were somewhat misleading and also confusing. So she did a video that was very long and detailed where she went into this. A lot of the terms that Splice has are confusing. Some of these terms say things like the user can't transfer their agreement or rights, but this conflicts with other parts suggesting that you can freely license, remix, or adopt samples.
That's their code way of saying we're not responsible for whatever happens. All we are is a technology company and we're just distributing that shit. You need to deal with that person because that person is claiming this and you're claiming that. We're out the way. That's exactly how YouTube works, by the way. They're not liable to all the fuck. And to be fair, there are people, they're just, bruh, I experienced that shit with Lex Luger. Like, Lex Luger took sounds that we made and then put it on Splice. By the way, I did a story about that a long time ago. And the way Splice silenced me is that they acted like they was going to make me into a content creator on there, and they did not. That's how the industry tries to cook you. They'll play the friend zone, because if they know they did wrong, they will go ahead and try to convince you. Especially that video was taken off, by the way, because they didn't respect me as a content creator. Surprise, surprise. A lot of these companies don't.
The terms don't clearly.
And by the way, nothing came of it, of course, because this industry is about fakes and snakes. So I'm glad. Get on.
Explain how long users can access these certified licenses, which are very important for providing legal use of a sample. If I have a sample and I've uploaded that to a particular website.
Who has the most money? I just answered it for you. Whoever has the most money owns that damn sample. That's a fact.
I need to be able to demonstrate that I am not going to get sued because I actually have the right to use this particular sample. I need to be able to demonstrate that to everybody that I'm distributing music with, or I may not be able to get my royalties. And terms also imply that you may lose access to your
That was Venus Theory's point.
Account and licenses after the subscription ends, but there are also conflicting statements from Splice's legal team about whether this access is permanent or whether it's limited to 5 or 6 years. So she decided to dig into this from the perspective of a music industry attorney. And because she committed the crime of reading this company's terms of service and trying to give you her perspective as a music industry attornay so that you wouldn't get effed, she got a copyright strike on her particular channel.
No!
Not only did they
Wow, they playing like that now? That's what you do in Splice? That's crazy. Like, their terms are not clear, and then everybody starts saying, oh no, we're gonna start unsubscribing from Splice. They silenced her. Wow.
say that the terms of service was something that they could file a DMCA claim for. They also were talking about how the certified license that they have is
and by the way, Splice, you censored this video. Well, clearly, I don't know. Wait a minute. Let's see her view. Let's see her subscribers. Oh, she's at 68K, so she has not had to talk with YouTube yet. She doesn't have a YouTube, she doesn't qualify for a YouTube partner. And really, it's at 1 million, but if you're doing really well on your channel, they'll find you. They're gonna reach out to you, for sure.
We're talking about how the certified license that they have is proprietary. And because it's proprietary, they can they can file this type of claim on you. For literally reading it, as if in a lawyer who is bar certified.
Oh, they about to really get cooked. Oh, that'd be fire. Man, man, take them to court. Oh, let's go to court, guys. Will Splice realize that they f***ed up.
It was at this moment that he knew he f***ed up.
And it's like they're challenging her in intellect. So what's going to end up happening is, and I'm saying Splice asked for this smoke. The lawyer community on YouTube is no joke. A lot of people let shit slide. I know that on my side. I know people be talking on me, and some of y'all motherfuckers even show up to my live streams and act like everything is all good, and some of y'all just come in here just to kind of be a nuisance. We talk as a community, and what we do is we want to make sure that everybody knows that shit be on some fake shit. I understand it looks good to play the corporate side of Splice, because Splice has the money. They got all this money. I'm not hating on that aspect of it, because the way Splice has quote unquote changed the game with being able to get a subscription. What people don't know is that you're paying more money at the end of the day for your sample packs for the subscription, so you can just listen to one sample at a time. There's a limit to this shit, but most people, they don't realize it. But however, the way they configure their subscription is that your average person will download something if you're making music or whatever, or if you just want to mess around. Hey, I'm gonna fake the front. It's royalty free. It's royalty free, so that means that I can just go ahead and download some shit for Splice and then throw it out into the atmosphere, and no matter if I made it or not, I'm still considered a music producer, and I'm gonna ride that into the sunset. And mind you, there are people, and I've dealt with people on 16levels.com that have been back and forth with Splice and making sample packs. And all of a sudden, over there on our site, they want their samples cleared. So that should tell you something. You know, it is what it is. I understand people want to expand their income, and it's important to work with other people. This ain't motivated at all. As someone that sells sample packs, what is motivated is the fact that you're not clear to your consumers. And as a consumer, I do not think this kind of policy and the way that y'all moving out here is good at all. And I'm gonna tell y'all again, as a content creator, just being honest, and doing a video like this does complicate things for me as, you know, hey, bro, I gotta eat. I do this shit for a living. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain content creators, they just go with the flow because if you go with the flow, you get more money and then you get recognition, you get introduced to other people. I understand that's the part of the game, but I cannot live like that.
Reading your terms of service is not the best definition of fair use that I've ever heard. This woman spent something like 57 seconds showing this thing on screen with their logo in a video that was damn near an hour long. And that's what they struck her for. Now, she actually offered, she said, listen, I'll have you on my channel. I'm more than happy to have a discussion with you where you can clarify anything that you want to clarify. And you know what they did? They struck her shit anyway. Rather than have an honest conversation, because I'll do that. You go to Reddit, whether it's
That is disgusting. So she reached out to Splice, and it was just like, all right, bet. Yeah, do your thing. And then they copyright claimed her after the fact is wild.
Right to Repair subreddit where I'm a hero, or r/Apple where everybody hates me. I will have an honest conversation with anybody who's willing to listen. Were they willing to have an honest conversation? No. They were afraid to have that honest conversation. Rather than actually engage with somebody, they decided to just kind of remove their video. And unfortunately, it worked. Her video is not on her platform right now, which I think is a crying shame. So what I decided I think would be a fun thing to do is, since this agreement is considered so fucking proprietary, I figured it would be kind of fun to try and go through their website and figure out how to actually get access to this and see if I can. So how difficult is it to get access to this proprietary?
Oh, this man is playing the smoke game. See, this is what happens when you do some content and then you get the right person on your side. You get the blessing, you know what I mean? Like, there's certain content creators on here that they have a big enough platform to where I'm going to f with you too, because I think what you did is wrong.
Agreement that you're going to be receiving and that you're also going to be sharing with every single music streaming and hosting service or anybody that buys your music. You know, again, one of my friends, Jake Palumbo, he has a recording studio in New York City, but he also produces music for other people. He actually produced the music for my commercial going over the fact
man,
that,
we ain't going back. We ain't going past that without acknowledging
Jake Palumbo. He has a recording studio.
We ain't going. What is this? How do you go from this look to this? Yo, we got to talk about it.
Studio in New York City, but he also produces music for other people. He actually produced the music for my commercial going over the fact that what was the name of it?
It's probably dope.
They make the CompTIA. That CompTIA was lobbying against right to repair. He produced the music for that because he's a cool dude. He's damn good at what he does. He needs to be able to demonstrate to his clients when he sells the music that you are not going to get in trouble if I sell you this beat and you use it in your music. That's what these licenses are for.
Basically,
so let's go through this. So the way this works is I can make an account here. I just made an account. Let me add some sounds to my library. So it says over here that I need to sign up for a subscription, start free trial. As usual, it's going to require a credit or debit card, which most companies hope that I'm going to forget, which is why I use privacy.com. Check out privacy.com.
It's getting like that, man, where you got to use a virtual card. I mean, I endorse it for Splice.
Look at this right here. Look at how beautiful this is. I can create a virtual card. I'm going to name it Splice can suck it. Yeah. They should sponsor me. This is the kind of shit I'd actually have on the channel as a sponsor. No, not kidding. So what this does is I can add a debit card, which I hope to God I block out the last 4 digits of. And then after I do that, it creates me a credit card that I can copy and paste into here. And then watch this. This is literally a card that will work. And then I can immediately delete it. So let's...
Boy, man, listen. Y'all gonna be scamming. I know it. What is good? What's good?
They keep charging me. Let's say I've signed up for a membership at one of those scumbag gyms that requires that I send them certified mail in order to cancel, even though I can sign up online in 5 seconds. Rather than go through all those hoops and have to deal with all that shit, I can essentially tell them to suck it.
He's still salty. He's still salty about that whole gym thing.
By doing this. So
I don't blame him.
Do this. I can click continue to checkout, and this card is going to work if I set it up. So I'm going to set it up for a single time transaction limit. This is the other thing. You can also make sure that they can't, if they want to change the terms of the sale and automatically opt you into charging you more money, they can't do that. So I'm going to set it up for $35, and I'm going to set that up as a single use.
And you really couldn't scam with this anyways, because you still need a real card with money on it. So speaking for someone that runs a business, like we have 2 different packages at 16levels.com. You get the MPC Masterclass. Oh yeah, this is my segue, I guess. You get the MPC Masterclass, you can pay a one-time fee, you still have it forever, but we do a $77.77 annual fee. And mind you, it's great that I would get a reoccurring person, but there's people that, again, they'd be like, oh, well, I forgot, and all this other shit. And you have to feel some type of compassion for a person that might have forgot, for real. So it is a good thing to use a virtual card in that sense, because if you are struggling and that shit hits you, because I've had this shit happen before. So, as long as it's not someone that's like obviously scamming, like, and dude, trust me, when you make a purchase on our website, we know who the scammers are.
This card, hit setup, and I'm going to do this. Continue to check out. Here we go. Yeah, start free trial. Okay, so let's see over here.
Bro.
And I go right over here, and I close the fucking card. Nice try. Anyway, do that, and now, once it's closed, Splice can sock it. Yeah, that card is gone. Will cannot be used. It says closed. Beautiful.
Oh, okay.
So let's browse around
That's
the
him
site.
doing that shit.
It says I need to
Splice
download
did
an
it.
app. I use Arch Linux, so I know that shit's never going to work. Let's see. Am I able to get access to a sound over here? I'm going to try and get a sound. You can download free samples during your trial. Going to take this.
Not he about to segue into a beat making tutorial. That'd be hilarious.
Create a stack with a loop.
And I can only imagine if I had some of my sounds that I created from scratch stolen and put on Splice, and the person made profit with that shit. I can only imagine how many times that's happened. So people play with other people's sounds that they created and put it in their packs, and then they get that money from Splice, and then they bounce. It's a hustle. That really does happen.
I don't want to do that shit. Let's see. Samples. Get collection. This download will not include any credits. Credits will only be used in samples that are not in your library. 20 samples from Groove Fusion have been added to your library.
Oh, he downloaded the whole entire pack. He used all his credits, I guess.
Generate certified license. Full legal name.
What does that go?
Rossman. I am a beat maker. Rossman.
Not he used his real name, though.
Making. Groove. Inc.
Hell no.
Anyway, I can't help myself.
Look at my poop my pants.
Okay, download certified license right now. So I can download the license. Okay, I downloaded my license, and I'm going to open it. So as you can see, this is a certified license, which essentially anybody can generate. It takes you 90 seconds of time to generate if you're an idiot, and it probably takes you 5 seconds of time to generate after signing up for a free account if you actually have a brain, which is more than I could say for myself.
The use of the following content in accordance with our terms of use by Louis Rossman shall therefore not constitute a valid basis for copyright infringement or demonetization claim by a third party, including claims for master or publishing rights of the same. So I guess in the second one, they're trying to clarify, maybe I'm reading it wrong, because the use of the following content in accordance with our terms of use by Louis Rossman shall therefore not constitute a valid basis for a copyright infringement. So basically, if you was to use the sounds, let's say on platform, let's say YouTube, then you won't be able to get a copyright claim, or in this, because it's not clear, it could sound like, well, we're not responsible for that, right? Because the following content in the accordance with our terms of use. So what is the terms of use? And it looks like it's, you got to click on it to learn what the terms of use is. So it looks like this looks very simple, but it also is tied into other things. The content license can be referenced from our platform, and then it has, so you see that. And this is all generated because clearly it put his name in there, and then, it automatically puts that, respect for them, to at least clarify which sound, so they know what sound you took, I guess. Please see our terms of use for more specific information pertaining to the parameters and permitted use of this license, which includes without limitation the right to create a new derivative works embodying the content. It's like, damn, if you recreate the work and all this other stuff, you still got to contact them. So why not just say that? You know, if further assistance is required, okay, I can read, and scope of this license, please feel free to reach out to us directly at copyright@splice.com. Yeah, they would definitely need a copyright lawyer on their end to explain all of the legal jargon and just further clarify stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because more likely you're going to reach out to them and then what? You know, it's kind of crazy because you have a copyright lawyer. It's just like, oh, well, you're supposed to pay us. You know, the sample is on our site. Could you imagine if they, because they leave room for that. Like, it's like, could you imagine? They just like, oh, well, y'all making samples, Splice it, get ripped. Not Splice the damn, the new Lucius Granger in this bitch. Oh, I'm never producing nothing commercially ever. I'm canceled, fam. But yeah, dude, these terms, it's crazy. Like, they would definitely take money. Honestly, they would need some money in that sense because they would want to pay, their intentions are pure. They would want to pay you guys, the people that create the sample, right? I know that they like to offer like a flat fee or something like that, which makes sense. Like, get the fuck out my way. Here's $1,000. Get the fuck out my way. Here's $600. That's just business 101. I'm just saying. For real. Like, you gotta get this motherfucker out the way so that you can, bruh, I hate to say it. Or you gotta be making all your own shit. I mean, of course, sharing is caring, and I'm pretty sure that there's some people that have worked for Splice. I don't know anything, but I would love to hear from people that have made sample packs for Splice and they could explain how their TOS or how it works, you know, in terms of you getting paid.
Essentially, anybody can generate. It takes you 90 seconds of time to generate if you're an idiot, and it probably takes you 5 seconds of time to generate after signing up for a free account if you actually have a brain, which is more than I could say for myself. This is not some sort of secret, proprietary, top secret document. Like, this is not like there's trade secrets inside of here. It's a license agreement for you. And frankly, having an attorney go through the terms of service or go through a music contract on this type of website is fair use. It's not like she's claiming with this because it has the Splice logo. She's not saying that she works for Splice. The reason that this logo is here, the reason this is here, is not so that she could claim something that's not true. Because there are people out there that use my videos. One of the most scumbag things people do on earth. I've always told people, you can use my videos however you want. Feel free to incorporate it, use it to shit on me, whatever else.
He's about to hold me. He's about to hold me big.
The one thing I will not accept people doing is pretending that my videos on data recovery or repair are theirs. You do not get to pretend that your repair shop
is... Oh, okay. He's not, like, referring to... Because that'd be crazy. If he copyright claimed or copyright strike... And this is the test. If he copyright claims and he copyright strikes this video, he's not standing on his business that he's standing on right now.
Did those repairs. If you have repair videos on your channel that make it look like you did those repairs, how about you fix something? You're not allowed to claim authorship.
Now people are deep faking Luce Rossman. No, on some real shit, dog, that is quite annoying. People that just take other people's content and don't add to it is like the most laziest shit on planet Earth. And it's like, dude, just add to the conversation in some way, shape, or form. Or if you're really trying to stand on business, the only reason why I'm using this video in this context because it's related to my audience, which is basically everybody that likes to sample.
But over here, she's not trying to claim authorship. She's not trying to say that I work for Splice. She makes it very obvious that she has her own legal services, and she makes it very obvious in all of her videos she's separate from Splice. So the idea that this can be taken down for some sort of copyright bullshit because she's showing a proprietary document that takes 10 seconds to find that has their logo on it is bullshit. The reason that logo is there is...
Yeah, they use that as a loophole that, like, look, man, this is not something that represents us, basically, and they're using the logo without our, our consent. And I mean, still a scumbag move to do that. And that's the one thing about the YouTube copyright system. It bugs me out that people would go that far because they don't agree with your video and they know that they're in the wrong, but they're just trying to kind of hide shit. That's crazy.
Not so that she can claim authorship of the document or pretend that she's an authorized agent of Splice. That is on the document so that she can demonstrate that what she's reading is a Splice document and not something that she pulled out of her ass. That's something that is there for identification purposes. This would be similar to if I show you a 10K or a 10Q from a company like Verizon. They have their logo in the corner of it or something, and they say that that's a copyright violation, as if it's not fair use if somebody... is using this to demonstrate the profits that they've made in a given year when talking about fines they've faced from the FTC. This is something that I find particularly despicable. And again, this is something that I've had happen to me. This is why I'm very sensitive to this, because I did a video 8 years ago where I was demonstrating to you where the fuse was on an Apple product and how to replace it when your keyboard or your trackpad doesn't work on an A1466 MacBook Air. And Apple they had Kilpatrick Townsend asked me to remove my video. And I did not remove my video because I believed I was in the right.
Well, I never knew that backstory. I just knew that Apple had, it was the Streisand effect that really blew him up, is that he made valid points. Well, really, he made valid points in the regards of Apple. And, clearly, he said some things. He came with the smoke.
Right. And as the great Art Carney said, when you're in the right, let nobody push you around.
So you're going to twist me and him into bookends.
That's right. He's going to twist you and him into bookends. You got nothing to worry about, Ralph. You're in the right. Nobody can push you around. Why don't you shut up?
Unfortunately,
not the why I oughta.
68,000 subscribers, and something tells me she's making less off of her YouTube channel than Splice is making off of their business model, which means that Splice would have the money to defend this in court, whereas I'm not quite sure if she would have that, which is why they would go after her. And one of the things that just really pisses me off.
Yeah, so basically what he's explaining is that if she would fight it back and Splice would take it down again, I mean, she'd be at risk for her channel, one, but you still have to provide your information, your personal information to fight it back. They can basically take her to court because YouTube's going to leave it on them, on you and whomever's claiming the copyright to do that. But the biggest thing about it is if she's right in this situation, man, that's going to look really bad on Splice.
Off about these companies is that when they decide to go after somebody that is smaller that actually told the truth. This woman told the truth. Is she not certified by the bar? Is she not a real attorney? Is she not giving her opinion on Splice's terms of service? Are these opinions not valid? And above all, if those opinions are not valid, and she says, I'll have you on my show, I'll record the call, I'll ask these questions, and you can provide answers to clarify. How about you pick on somebody your own size? She has 60 or 70,000 subscribers. Maybe she doesn't have the money to be able to fight you in court.
Oh, you got the smoke? You got the paper?
If you want to be the bitch, be the whole bitch. If you're saying that that's misinformation, you go on.
Not he called him out. No, I knew that was going to happen.
Her show and tell her why. You go do what I do on Reddit. Respond to the people that are criticizing you with facts, evidence, everything else. And if you can't do that, then sucks to suck. Take it on the chin and deal with it. People are allowed to criticize you. They're allowed to give their opinions on you. She's a lawyer. If you have a problem with it, go.
No, Splice would never do that because Splice definitely has a reputation. And when you make a lot of money anyways, you're going to have a reputation. It is hard to retain a good reputation if you mess it up one time. You know the saying by Warren Buffett now. It takes like 20 years to build a good reputation. I'm paraphrasing it now. And about 5 minutes to ruin it. Sounds like Behringer is crazy.
Arizona State Bar and tell them that she's a shit lawyer. To go to her show and tell her, here's what you got wrong. Don't take down her content using bullshit, misleading ass crap. If somebody criticizes me, if they say that there's an issue with my website, which there probably is because I don't update this thing as often as I should. I actually got I got a couple of things I got to update on this because there's some services we don't offer anymore because getting parts to stuff is fucking miserable now. But if somebody goes over my site and they criticize this website and I say, oh, like you showed the Rossman Group logo up here on my website, so I'm copyright striking you. That's bullshit. That's fair use. They're not using that because they want to pretend that they're me.
No, they definitely they went after her because she definitely beat them at their own game.
Nor are they using it.
Breaking down that contract, I'm pretty sure that she broke down that contract and just told you that don't shop with them.
Is because the sole monetization of the video, all of it is based on that little logo. And if this little logo wasn't here, well, I guess their video would have been worthless. That's obviously bullshit, and everybody knows that's bullshit. They're using a technicality in the law that they're hoping that somebody at Google, or whoever the fuck reviews these DMC takedown notices, is not going to notice. But I noticed, and I hope my audience notices. And guess what? You may say that you don't want people showing your fucking logo on screen. You're going to DMCA claim them. Try to do that shit to me. I f***ing dare you. You pieces of want to say that that showing your terms of use, which is publicly on your website, is something that is copyrighted or proprietary information. You want to say that this license over here, because it has your logo on it, is something that's proprietary information. Take down my video.
That's a true New Yorker, bro.
File a DMCA claim. I fucking dare you. Apple did not succeed in getting my video taken down.
White people don't do shit like how. Well, there are some white people that do shit in a sense to where they keep it gangster or whatever. They keep it pimping gangster. You know, there are gangster ass white people now. Truth be told, he's doing it in the most polite way possible, and in this lightweight, it's low key funny because he meant that shit. And he ain't got to flex too hard because this brother right here works really hard. You know what I'm saying? I've seen this come up. I've watched a lot of content creators on this platform make massive amounts of come ups, and they deserve it. And they actually stand on business. You know what I'm saying? He's one of them. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't got to sit there and buck and puff out his chest. A lot of the niggas that do that dumb shit anyways, they ain't shit. They ain't shit, bro. Facts.
$1 trillion market cap. You think I'm afraid of you? I'm not afraid of people like you. I'm more than happy to stand up to people like you. I fucking dare you. Try to get this video taken down. See what happens. Down and find out. Google me. Look at my resume. Take a look at what I do and come to your own conclusion about whether you think that's a good use of your time. Because I think it isn't. Personally, I think that you should rescind that false, fraudulent DMCA claim that you filed against this young attorney. And I also believe that you should apologize.
Not gonna lie, I'm enjoying the fuck out of this shit.
To her. Show up on her show. Tell her why she's wrong and stop being a fucking coward. Stop trying to push people around with these fake claims and this fake defamation shit. Because it's not going to work. At the end of the day.
And don't get it twisted, man. Homies from the hood. And don't get this shit twisted. He might fuck your shit up. You sitting there talking about, oh man, it's zesty. imagine a nigga that's speaking cool, proper, and calm, and then he all of a sudden just smacks the shit out your forehead. And then you have no control over your body. Nigga hit you with some damn... hit you with the touch of death with his finger and shit. My nervous system. yeah, shit. Oh, we clouded. I got the camera, bro. I got the camera. And and all the little tough shit did you talk?
You think you have shut down one person criticizing you, but you have not. You have actually created millions, maybe even 2 million people more that know that your company is staffed by little cowardly pieces of shit. When people read my Reddit post, even if I say, yeah, you know, I kind of fucked up here, but here's where you're wrong. Even if I lose that particular argument, even if I never convince that individual that I'm not a scammer, a liar, or a cheater, what happens is there'll be other people that read that post. And when they see that exchange back and forth, even if I lost that one particular argument with that individual, because that individual is just never going to change their mind or ever consider an alternate point of view, the hundreds of people that read that may read that and go, you know what? Maybe he has a point. Wow. You know,
and react to it.
I thought he was an asshole, but wow, this person criticizing him really seems to like have their head up their ass. Huh?
We know you're the type of ass.
It's worth it to get.
We know you're an asshole, but we know you're the asshole that cares. And that's facts. That's how I want people to realize about me, bro.
Get your argument out there. It's worth it to demonstrate your side. Even if you don't convince the people that you're talking to. But you're not willing to do that. You want to delete people. You want to erase them off the internet if they disagree with you. That's bullshit. And if you try to DMCA claim this video, if you try to do any sort of fraudulent shit on my channel because you decide to stop being a bitch and pick on somebody your own fucking size, do your best. Do your best. This is what I do for a living. Look through my resume, around, and find out.
Well, that's Lou Rossman on Splice talking about how they basically copyright strike the channel. That's the kind of vibes in this damn music tech community, and honestly, a lot of communities, people will copyright strike a video where they know they don't want the smoke because they've been doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's a admittance of guilt. That's the way us content creators look at that shit. It's a admittance of guilt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, slander me. I'm gonna see. Look, I either ignore it. But if it's something big enough, it needs to be addressed because someone slandered my name. I might say what I got to say, but I'm not gonna But what I'm gonna do is just come back with receipts. Then I'm gonna leave that shit alone. I know there's certain people that don't like that shit. Some people tell me to take the high road. Nah, nigga, you hit me below the belt. I'm gonna hit you lower. Bitch, please. You're not about to just fucking slander me. Someone said that Splice took back the copyright claim. If that's true, then I like that for her. You know, because her channel shouldn't suffer because she's doing her job. Do the right things, you won't get exposed. And if you're not getting exposed, then hey, address that shit. But I've seen Splice get dealt with on many occasions, on many people complaining on social media, and now it's just starting to come to light heavier. 2024 is that type of year.